Welcome to Genius Hub, the right destination for human capacity development, skills acquisition, and empowerment. Genius Hub is a human capital development organization with offices across Nigeria and Africa, and with a strong presence in Lagos, Kano, Edo, and Rwanda. With a vision to improve lives and empower knowledge, Genius Hub prides itself in providing services and training to over 17,000 persons in over 49 TVET entrepreneurship, employability, and digital skills such as basic literacy skills, graphics design, website development, digital marketing, filmmaking, and many more. Genius Hub is committed to promoting MSME growth and visibility through incubation, acceleration, startup development services, as well as tech-driven interventions, including training and capacity building in digital marketing, basic digital literacy, product photography, social media marketing, financial management, search engine optimization, and more. Through NYTV, Genius Hub reaches out to train aspiring creatives in the areas of photography, cinematography, editing, lighting, and many more. Welcome to Genius Hub, the right destination for human capacity development, skills acquisition, and empowerment. Genius Hub is a human capital development organization with offices across Nigeria and Africa, and with a strong presence in Lagos, Kano, Edo, and Rwanda. With a vision to improve lives and empower knowledge, Genius Hub prides itself in providing services and training to over 17,000 persons in over 49 TVET entrepreneurship, employability, and digital skills such as basic literacy skills, graphics design, website development, digital marketing, filmmaking, and many more. Genius Hub is committed to promoting MSME growth and visibility through incubation, acceleration, startup development services, as well as tech-driven interventions, including training and capacity building in digital marketing, basic digital literacy, product photography, social media marketing, financial management, search engine optimization, and more. Through NYTV, Genius Hub reaches out to train aspiring creatives in the areas of photography, cinematography, editing, lighting, and many more.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Dami. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. It's great to finally see you.
My pleasure.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining our live webinar series today. As is our custom at Genius Hub, we have a daily webinar series, and today we're going to be taking a very interesting subject that concerns us and that concerns MSMEs in particular. Specifically today, we're going to be looking at how MSMEs can leverage digital tools to improve their business. And today, I'm not alone. I'm not speaking alone. We have with us here a powerhouse, a marketing and business powerhouse to say. We have Mr. Dami Okumoya from Vigilen. Pardon me if I didn't pronounce your name correctly. So he's going to be our guest speaker for today. I am Owojeheri Faithful, and I am a team member at Genius Hub. And with us today here in the studio, we have Charity, also from Genius Hub. Charity, tell our guests hi.
Hi everyone, thank you for always joining our webinar. We do this every day, Mondays to Fridays, and we are glad to have you here again today for another wonderful session with our highly esteemed experts in the house. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, yeah, right before we get into business, Mr. Dami, I'm going to let you tell us about yourself and about your work in the MSME and digital space.
Okay, thank you so much, Faithful. First of all, it's a great privilege to be here. I mean, anywhere that I'm invited to speak, it does not matter where and how many people join. I'm very, very much excited to be there, and it's always a privilege, and I never take it for granted. Um, in simple terms, I am someone that is passionate about improving businesses in several ways. My core way to improve businesses will be through marketing channels, marketing strategies. But because of how passionate I am about improving businesses, I've also been on the business aspect of it, managing the business, day-to-day activities, sometimes even operational, um, tasks and all of that. So I
Yeah.
have been across a number of sectors, from tech to real estate to e-commerce, to software as a service. I've had to perform different roles: business development, sales, marketing, business management, and I would say that it's been an amazing experience. I would say that, I've been certified by a number of institutions, one from Berlin. I'm currently chasing one from the London Business School of Administration, just to further keep me,
Oh, wow.
ahead of the curve and make sure that we are, always, always, always in the know. I would say that now it's the digital age. It has been for a while, but the good thing is that it will keep improving. So I would say that I am in quote, a sucker for making sure that businesses thrive through marketing and through other business strategies that is needed.
Oh, thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. So today we bring you greetings from our chief host, Isimeme White, who's the CIO of Genius Hub. For technical reasons, she can't be here today, but her greetings are with you. So, what is this digital, what do I call it now, transformation for MSMEs? Can you walk us through what this topic is all about?
Oh, okay. So basically, I met with Obehi sometime last month, and in fact, the conversation wasn't necessarily about the MSMEs. We're just talking about other products that Vigilant was putting out there, and she told me of what she needed to come up with. Told me of the initiative that you guys have, which is amazing, and we just came up with the topic. She said, "Mr. Dami, how can we help MSMEs to grow? How can they leverage technology?" And I'm like, I think the best way is to, inform them on how to leverage on these tools, to give them better experiences. In simple terms, it just means it begs the question: why should we be in Benin City and not reach out to people in Lagos State, in Nasarawa, in Undo, in Kenya, in Ghana? Why should we be in a certain location and be conformed to just the audience in that location? How can we go global? Now, it's also about the mindset, right? If you are in a certain place and your mindset does not allow you to think bigger than where you are, you wouldn't even grow, right, beyond a certain pedestal. So, what digital tools would do for any startup, any business, would be to not just improve the business, it will also create more awareness. It will also automate a lot of processes that the business has going on. It reduces administrative cost and a lot more of other opportunities that can be benefited from it. So I'd say that it is having that mindset that I want to grow. I do not want to be left out, because if you're not adopting technology, you are already being left out. Now imagine what happens in 2 years or even a year and a half from now. So that's how we came about this, to make people understand that leveraging digital tools as important as having breakfast and dinner. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Dami, for that wonderful introduction on how MSMEs can leverage digital tools to improve their business. As you might have already known, our audience for today are majorly MSMEs and small business owners. While there might be some people that are not MSMEs, I believe that they would have a lot to learn from this session. So, which brings me to my very first question. In layman terms, because quite often now we hear people talking about, oh, digital tools, oh, digitalization for business owners. What does this even mean? What do digital tools even mean for a very small entrepreneur, right?
Okay, I would use Genius Hub as an example. Genius
Okay.
Hub, we are in, let's say we are in, I don't want to use Benin City, I'd used that before, even though you guys are there.
Can use
We are,
Lagos
okay,
or
no,
Rwanda or Kano.
I want to use somewhere a bit rural. I mean, no offense, because I've also
Okay.
been, I grew up in Abeokuta, right? So no offense to anyone, but let's say you are in a very deep village in Ogun State, you know.
Okay.
So, and where you are, the first of all, let me help people to understand, because I know that a lot of people here have businesses and are also aspiring to have businesses. The first rule of having a business or being an entrepreneur is to understand and identify a gap in the marketplace. The marketplace we're talking about is either where you are, if you cannot go beyond there, or where you feel you can penetrate. What a lot of MSMEs, the mistakes a lot of them make is that they don't identify what is in need in that vicinity where they are. And then they just see that everybody is going into fashion here. I think I need to go into fashion here, right? You need to understand what value your product is going to administer to the audience that you are, bringing on board. Now, when you understand that, oh, in this part of Ogun State where I am, I've noticed that people have to go out of this village or out of this city to buy phone chargers, phone cases, to buy phones. It costs a lot and it doesn't really make any sense. I think that I can speak to someone in Lagos to always supply me these things. In fact, I even have family members in Lagos that I can speak to that can help me bring in these phones, these chargers, these gadgets. And what next do you do? Which is in marketing, we call it the 4 Ps. You have identified the product you need. The next thing is to work on the pricing. Now, you can't charge the people in that city what you're charging in Lagos, right? So you understand that, okay, you have to give this based on the affordability of the people in that vicinity. You understand that. Where do you sell these things? Can you sell them from home? Can you afford to build up a shop at the moment or rent a shop? Can you set it up? Okay, if it is something that I can do from the comfort of my home, just set it up. How can I put this out? You understand that. Now, the promotion, which is now where we now leverage digital tools. Look at you guys now. You're trying to reach a number of people. You're trying to reach so many people. You guys have decided to come up with a webinar. You are leveraging on the digital tool to reach more people so that you're not conformed by it. Now, for someone that has identified a need in the vicinity where they are, right? The next thing to do, you've worked on your pricing. You say, okay, I think I need to sell at this point. This is how much I would make, right? The promotion now is where the digital tool comes in. We're not in the olden days where you have to take a town crier and go around the village to tell everybody that this is what you're doing, right? Now, how do you start? You start with your WhatsApp. That's a digital tool. You start with your WhatsApp, you post on your status, oh, for Yoruba, for people that understand Yoruba, you say, Ara Leo, this is what I'm selling, oh, you guys should come and buy, you know. Meta, which is Facebook, who has bought WhatsApp, has also, done something. If you open a business WhatsApp now, you can even run ads on your WhatsApp business. They've helped to do that. So you even start with your WhatsApp. You start with your contacts, your text messages. You're leveraging on a digital tool, right? To say, this is what I sell. So what are you doing? You're smart. You are not going house to house to get everybody to come and buy your product, right? You're putting it on your WhatsApp. I'm sure there are even contacts you've forgotten you have, right? And then they say, oh, I saw this on your WhatsApp. I've been looking for this. I've been looking for that. And then you sell to 2 people. And that's maybe sometimes all you need. And then the word of mouth keeps going. And then you start to tell people, post it on your WhatsApp, post it on your WhatsApp. You have started your promotion already, which now makes up your 4 Ps. But a lot of people don't understand how to make use of these tools, which I think is one of the things that discourages them and all of that. So this now is speaking to people in the rural area. Now, if you're tech savvy and you understand how to use some of these platforms, I mean, the Instagram you go to is a digital tool. I'm sure you must have seen a lot of products that you like. Even if you can't afford them, you save them to want to buy them later when you have the money for it. Facebook is a digital tool. YouTube is a digital tool. All of these are social media tools that you can leverage on. Another thing that you can work on if you have moved from there is email marketing. I mean, for some of us that have patronized Jumia, all of this, you just realize that for some reason they have your email address and they just keep stressing you, or you use Uber or you use Bolt, and all of that. There is one new girl now from Fiber One. For those that use Fiber One, there's one new girl that they're using to disturb me in my email now. This is so from Fiber One. That is that's a digital tool that is being leveraged for the business, because they understand that people don't buy in the first instance. I'm sure you want to buy something, but you're like, I think I will try from this person. I'll try from that person. Let me compare prices. Statistics show that nobody buys on the first instance. Only if you have checked other businesses, you have been nurturing that idea, and then you just come across Faithful. I say, okay, let me just try Faithful. And then I go to see what other people are saying. Okay, people are saying this Faithful's product is good. Let me just buy, So there are so many digital tools that can be used. For Vigilant, we understood that people that train and schools, you have to take your course form, you have to sign your course form, you print it out from normal printer, you now go and submit it to your HOD or your course advisor, then they sign. We understood all of those things. People want to make payments, parents want to make payments to school. You have to go to bank, get a teller, get back from bank, submit the teller to the boss. It was a lot of stress. So we identified this gap and said, you know what? Let's even make this thing easy for people. We built this software to say, you don't need to go to the bank. We have created a payment platform for you. Make your payments there. Register your courses on this platform. Print your course forms. Check your results from here. A whole lot of things. And like I said, understanding what your business is about, understanding what you are offering the market, that now informs the kind of tools you should leverage on. Thank you.
Yes, I totally agree with that. You see, one of the things that we often come across is that a lot of businesses on their own, they do not even have enough product knowledge. Talk less of beginning to now know, oh, what tool is going to be helpful for me, and how do I even utilize this tool in the first instance. So, like Dami has said, first understand your product, and then you are not going to now see, oh, how can I now use digital product to bring value. Another thing that also struck me from the question you just answered is that our everyday tools are digital tools. It doesn't have to be something very large app or something. Something as simple as WhatsApp is a digital tool. It can be used for marketing. Something as simple as your Instagram, Facebook, Meta, call it whatever. It is a very useful digital tool. Thank you so much, Mr. Dami. So I'll move on to the next question. So now, for MSMEs, are there specific areas where digital tools are essential for, small businesses, large businesses, individuals? Are there specific areas, or, they are just essential all around in all aspects?
Okay. I think that these things are relative. So for every business that starts, you need to be able to promote your business. So why I said it's relative is because there are different tools for different businesses. If you're in the academic part of it, you need tools that can help you automate your processes, right? You need tools that don't have to stress your customers. So for even corporate organizations that do a lot of trainings, we have tools like the learning management system. So let me give you an example. You see an Udemy, you see a Coursera, you see an Alice.
Yeah.
There are certain tools they wouldn't make use of because it's not necessarily essential to them. They are in the academic aspect of it. But a number of major tools that every business needs are marketing platforms, right? You have to leverage every essential social media platform or marketing platforms to use. So what I mean by that is, where are you promoting your business? Because every business wants to scale. So as a startup, you need to have marketing platforms that can promote your business. Why I said that is because some SMEs even have only one staff, which is the founder, is the person, is the marketing person, the person, what you want to do at that time is try as much as possible to build a little bit of structure and then promote your business. So, for example, can you give me an example of the kind of businesses that you guys have come across? Let me use that as a case study. Maybe 2 different businesses that people have started up and you guys know of.
Okay. For example, let's talk about a small scale agro business, right?
Okay.
Dealing in processed agro products. That's one. Another one. Let's talk about a food business.
Okay. I'll start from the latter.
Okay.
So a food business, you're a startup. The only way you would have a store is if you have you have had a lot of injection into that food business to know if you should prepare a physical store. But if you do not have that, it's not wise to get into a store. What you do from the comfort of your home is use your kitchen. Now, you get all of the things that you need, your cooking pots, your takeaways, your branding. It may not necessarily be a technology tool because you're not using it personally, but it is needed. And what are your stickers like and all of that? Now, if you have the product and you can set it out there, what you then need is how to market your business. Now, it depends. You may not necessarily be the only person cooking, right? So, a lot of mistakes people make is that start from family and friends. What you want to do with family and friends is that you are building reviews. You are showing people. So, for example, you know that you can cook this thing. Your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your wife, your sister, your mom has complimented what you're cooking. You know it's good, right? The next thing to do is make sure, even before you create any social media platform, make sure that from your books, you've worked on your 4 Ps. You know what product you are selling. You don't have to sell everything. I know we're talking of digital tools, but I'm trying to make sure that the foundation is right. Because if your foundation is not right, your digital tools may frustrate you at the end of the day, you know. So make sure that you have an understanding of the food you are selling. You don't have to sell everything. You can say that for charity foods, we only sell white rice, jollof rice, and fried rice. That's all you can start from now. Don't go beyond that. What you're doing is you are helping yourself stay within the means, not get extra cost, and not being able to manage it. So if you know that it is white rice, fried rice, and jollof you can cook, you know that, okay, let me start with 2 dozens of takeaway packs, which is 24 or 36, whatever amount. You get your takeaway spoon. Now you get a white nylon, right? You know.
Yeah.
So you deal with someone that can brand. Now, if you don't even necessarily have that money to brand, try and stay that way for now. Do you understand? Start with friends and family. What you now want to do after all this is set is make use of your WhatsApp, open an Instagram page, open a Facebook page. What this will do is that it builds your portfolio, which is what a lot of people don't. I see a lot of people on Instagram and they come to the comment section and say, buy from me. And then you go to their page and you see a lot of different things on their pages. And you're like, what are you really doing? Are you selling food or you're selling cars or you're selling this? You know, and some people even say, oh, patronize me, I sell this. And you go to their page, the page is private, is locked. In fact,
Yeah.
when you go to their page, you don't see anything about what they said they do. What has happened? The opportunity that you had did not meet your preparation. So don't worry about starting low. Make sure that you have these, you know, platforms that you can leverage on. Start as little as you can. Whatever you sell to your mom, whatever you sell to your colleague at work, whatever you sell to your partners, whatever it is, make sure that you are taking um, note of all of that and you're making sure that you're putting it there. Now, what you're doing is you're building that portfolio because this is what people would look at
Next
when they
question.
want to patronize you. You need people to trust that you know your onions, you know what you've been doing for some time, and then you can deliver. Once you now begin to scale, so you're now doing well. People are patronizing you. You're working on your marketing. Your marketing is what brings you other product. So once you build your portfolio on social media, make sure that you are working with experts to teach you how to navigate it, right? To teach you how to navigate it to teach you how to go about this, how to do this, how to speak to people. A lot of mistakes business owners make is they don't put themselves in the customer's shoes. Because if someone sells to you the way you're selling to people, you wouldn't even buy from them, right? So once you're able to speak to someone that can, help you out on promoting yourself on these platforms, you start getting a lot of orders. You start scaling. This is where you now need other tools, like maybe some HR management tools, because you're scaling. You are discussing with people that, you are getting more people to come on board. You are speaking to all kinds of individuals. So this way you need, other efficient tools that can help that. Now, there are several tools. Of course, we just talked about social media, which would create that reach for you and create that visibility, which is the digital marketing tools. Then you need efficiency and that productivity. So for a food business, you may not necessarily need that. You may not necessarily need tools like Google Workspace or a CRM tool or any e-commerce platform. You may just need to make sure that, you have HR that can help you, or operations that can help you manage your staff. So there are tools that you can leverage on that. There are sign-in tools to make sure that when these individuals come in to work, when these individuals come into the office, they can pen down. You want to create that structure to make sure that if Faithful says she's resigning today, you know that there is a SOP, which is a standard operating system, that when this food person comes in, you take off your hat or your cap and you make sure that you change into your hair, whatever, you wear your gloves, you do all of this. This can be put in any major tool. You could use Google Workspace for that, just so that it's automated and everybody doesn't have to speak English every time. You could even create a video like this. A lot of people use automation tools, for how do I put it? Use application tracking systems. There are tools like that. There are HR tools that use all of these platforms, right? So, but this is when you scale and you can afford it. So there's something they call onboarding process in some companies. When you come in, because how many people would they always speak to? So they have a video which has been set up, and is either they upload it on a tool like Apply that Vigilant has, or you can use a Zoho, or you can use, other tools like that. Like I said, Google, you can use a Zoho, you can use the Apply from Vigilant to make use of it. So when everybody comes in, you just assign them to that particular video to go through that automation process, and that helps. For the agro, they can try to adopt the same pattern, you know. Um, so for agro, I used to do farming for some time. So you need to understand that you need to train your guys, which you can also have some courses that you've put on. This is what you do, that is what you do. And it's not every business that may use all of these tools, because you need that human interaction for like maybe a food business. So, but all you need to do to make sure is that you have some of these standard operating procedures that have been set aside, put in a video format so that you can continually do that and leverage any of these tools.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Um, so you've spoken so much about being in social media, that is putting your business online. Now I want us to be very real and practical, for especially for small business owners that have online presence. Most persons do not trust their brand because they will be like, there's this ad burst of scammers, online scammers. Personally, I have been scammed. You get, so there's this page. I go to the page, I see that this person has reviews, the person is selling, posting products and all of that. So what, I don't know if, because you also mentioned that you have successfully helped businesses scale, grow their brands and all of that. So I don't know if there are any specific measures that can be put in place to mitigate these things, so that people that are supposed to be my customers, they don't see me as a potential scammer. So for small business owners, for aspiring business owners that that have been listening to us, how can we help them to sell and grow using social media?
So the first thing is personal branding. If Faithful comes to tell you and say, Charity, there's this person I bought from, I know the person personally, but that Instagram page or that Facebook page or that LinkedIn page doesn't really tell much about the business. Would you still patronize? I think yes, because you trust Faithful. Faithful has word of mouth from someone you trust has told you that, oh, don't worry, they're not really social media savvy, but I've bought from them. I've been to their office. They're good. They're this and that. You will take a leap of faith to say, Faithful, is it, if this thing no work, I will hold your neck, or stuff like that. That is because they have been able to build that brand to be trustworthy. That Faithful has now gone to patronize them and it has worked. The only mistake that they've made is they've not transported that review and that trustworthiness onto their social media platform. So the first thing is to do is to invest in your personal branding. Come out. Nobody's going to sell your business for you. Let people see what you do. If you're not the one to let people see what you do, get someone that looks can be deceiving, but I mean, get someone that has that aura that people can
Yeah.
trust, Now, that's just the first step. The reason is because I do a lot of FBI work. I do a lot of FBI work. I don't just go
I
there.
think most
I
of us do
check
nowadays.
the,
I think
I
most
check
of
the
us do
people.
that nowadays.
I've been scammed too, right?
Yeah.
And I bought clothes from the guy. In fact, it doesn't even really have any post, but I saw he had some number of followers, and I'm like, okay. I think that it can work. And the guy just stopped responding to me, and it was just nasty after that. Till date, I didn't even do anything. So, which he must have done to a number of people. Now, it was after then
Yeah.
I went to his page and I saw that I could check how many times he has changed his username, which
Oh.
is what a lot of people don't know. So that is a red flag. Once you've changed your username more than once, it's a red flag. Why are you changing your username? Do you understand? So we want to know you. We want to see you are online. We've never used you before. We've never patronized you. We just see what other people say, and all of that. So you want to come out there and make sure that you yourself. So even if you are not on your business page, you have you have your own personal page
Yeah.
that people can just look through and say, okay, I think he's good. Someone reached out to me for my business, for the herbal business that I do. He's from Ghana and he wants to partner with me. What did I do? I had to go look into his profile, see what he does, be sure that the school that he said he's with, you know, aligns with what he has put on LinkedIn. I do it a lot.
Yeah.
I'm in marketing. I do a lot of lead generation for businesses. I identify the kind of business you can, meet up with and cold call and cold email to make sure that. So it's a lot of background work. Now, as a business owner, you need to put yourself in the shoes of the customer. What would you like to see from a business that you want to patronize? That's the first thing, which now comes to you. So you as a person, how are you on the digital footprint? A lot of companies now even do it. You know, your CV can be so amazing, your portfolio can be so great. All they need to do is go and check your digital footprints. What did you respond to a post about this on Twitter? What did you do about this on Instagram? What did you do about this on Facebook? And they see that, okay, you can be good with
Yeah.
your work, but your attitude does not match our work culture. So we're not going ahead with you. Personal branding. I tell people that marketing is a life skill. It's not about, people marketing to you. The fact that we are using this platform is because of marketing. The business marketed it well enough to show that I can use it, I can trust it, right? Why don't people go to TikTok and apply for jobs? Why is your profile on TikTok not professional? Because it has been marketed in a way that does not
Fit
attend
into
to
it.
that, audience. So marketing is a life skill. The toothpaste you use today was a point of marketing. You've used
Yeah.
it and you're like, no, 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 no. I think these guys are always in my face. I mean, all those times when was little, when we only saw close up, it's not only close up that was there. So the
Actually.
first thing to do is to market yourself. Now, you don't need to necessarily be you don't need to always be out there. Just make sure that you put certain things that can make people trust you. Now, after you do that, make sure that you are using a lot of user generated content. What do I mean by that? Everything is not based off static type of content. Let us see the daily lifestyle that your product can offer. Um, so agro business. Oh, we sell NPKs. For those that are not farmers, NPK is a fertilizer. We sell this, we sell NPKs, and there are different types of fertilizers. Okay, how do you put it out there? All I just need to do is take a bit of that NPK, and there is a measure you use for each plant. So what do I need to do? I just take out that cover of a bottle or of a matchbox, and I put the amount, and I show you how I am applying it. I show you
Yeah.
before, I show you after. That way people can see that, okay, you are actually using your own product, right? So as a business owner, once you are able to have that personal brand, now, like I said, you don't have to be like a Proko doctor that comes every time to speak. You just want that from your business page, people can easily reach you. I see a lot of business owners say, I don't want people to know me. Oh. And on their page, there is no face, just products. Why would I buy from you? And you can't even put on the page that, okay, this is my own personal page or on your bio. So in case you want to know who's behind it, this is me. You don't put any of that and you want me to buy from you. So I think what realistically, what businesses can do is show us how people use your product. Show us how you use your product. Tell us what other people have felt about using the product. Today we're trying to, I was looking through, myself and my wife were looking through a certain businesses to patronize. And we just went to the Google reviews. And people are saying, oh, don't patronize these people. This is
Yeah.
this, this is that. Do you understand? So even if you are so good and maybe that customer was just troublesome, it has created a
Dented your image. There's no way.
perception, right? And I don't think every business can please everyone, but you need to make sure that as you are seeing those things, which is why you have to have a good team, because if they have a good marketing team, they will transform. They don't need to delete it. They just need to respond to it and put a lot more positive reviews to just water down
That's
that
what
bad review. Do you understand? So the mistake is that a lot of people, they don't want to pay for things. That's the problem. I know you don't have the money, but these are sacrifices you make. There is nobody that has built a business now that my business, I've been going up and down since 2020. I'm learning from people. I'm improving. I've sold my herbs and meal plans to people in Ukraine, people in the States. They just come to me. I've never known them. They don't follow me. Oh, I saw your ad somewhere, and they just come. Some people don't buy. Some people buy. And when they buy, word of mouth, word of mouth. I just gave some marketing, services to a business in Richmond, Texas. And she's a food business owner too, right? Created the website for her, set up the Instagram page, even got my team to do all of that. And now she referred us to someone in the UK. Do you understand? So it's not every time that every of your ads that you run would work. Sometimes it's just giving quality um, service to a particular person, and that person helps you to spread the word. So realistically, start with yourself. Start with yourself. Make sure that we see you. Put in your daily lifestyle. Now, even if you don't have the money to employ, you go and learn it yourself and learn to an extent until you now start to make money to get other people. You can also leverage on interns, people that wouldn't collect so much, and they don't necessarily need to be with you. That's another problem. Employ people that work remotely, where you can pay some kind of money to say, okay, just help me do this and do that, But as first, and people that know their onions want to work with people that know what they are doing and have good vision. So you must understand what you are offering and where you are going to. So make sure that you are putting out. You don't necessarily need to show us as you are in the toilet, though. That's not what I mean by by your daily lifestyle. You know, show us how you are eating your food that you are selling. Remind us that your food, you don't use any extra preservatives. You use very natural things to do your food. Do you understand? So it depends on the business. Make sure that you know what you're offering and you know the benefits. Hammer on the benefits of what you're offering. Hammer on it. Because the market is saturated. You are like the 100,000 person doing what is out there. So how do you stand out? What makes you different? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. And you as the owner, you need to know all these things so that it's easier for you to pass on the vision to anybody that is running with you.
Amazing. Oh my. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I think one thing I'm going to take from this is the part where you said, as the owner of the business, put yourself in the shoes of your buyer. What do they want to see on your page? If I were to see as a owner, if you were to see the same things on your page, are you going to buy? Wow, thank you so much, sir. You answered this question to the very last. Thank you.
I
Thank
hope
you very
and
much.
I actually hope that business owners that are watching, you are taking notes, you are taking cues from the conversation. Even if you are not a business owner and you want to build a personal brand, you can see that Mr. Dami here has touched on both personal and business branding. So make sure that you are learning something from this session. Charity, come on. Okay. So you've taken us through all of digital tools. You've brought it down to marketing, to branding. In short, like the whole entire 9 yards. But now I want to go into what I would call the drawbacks. Despite these amazing benefits of using digital channels, for MSME routes, we still see, particularly in this side of the world of Africa, I don't know, we still see a lot of businesses are not able to maximize the potential of these digital platforms. What do you think are the challenges and how can businesses surmount those challenges?
Okay, sorry, can you take the question again?
So I didn't get that.
Can you take the question again, please?
I'm saying that you've been able to, tell us all the positive aspects of, using digital spaces for business growth. And we see it play out all the time. Businesses move from 0 to 100 using digital channels. Yes. But there seems to be, something like a drawback, particularly in this part of the world. Despite these amazing benefits that we see, a lot of businesses, particularly small ones, are not able to maximize the potential of these channels, of these digital tools. What could be the challenge, and how can we, surmount those challenges?
I think the only thing that came to my head to answer your question is my people perish for the lack of knowledge. You know, um, for example,
Yeah.
let me use Dr. Ojiugo in the comments. Dr. Ojiugo seems to be a project manager. She's certified with
Yeah.
PMP, and she's currently employing a. She's putting together a company that is going to offer consultation. Now, she she did not do her due diligence to create a niche that she's going to consult to. So, oh, we're only offering consultation to financial services, oh, and we're only
Yeah.
offering consultation to medical for medical reasons, right? And then she starts to, create. Um, okay, so she starts to gather people to come in to say, okay, she does not understand the vision. So she says, we're a consultancy company. I need a social media person. I need an operations person. I need business managers. I need a financial controller. And then she just gets all these people. And when they come in, they now get a gig, a job offer from maybe how do I put it? Maybe a software as a service industry. Now, software as a service would be anything that you pay on subscription. It could be your Netflix. Netflix is a software as a service platform. It could be Prime Video. It could be, some of these applications that you have to continually pay for. And then she has no knowledge in that. And even the people that she employed are not necessarily versatile or even knowledgeable in that. And then what happens? They don't take advantage of that job opportunity and they mess it up. So, what Dr. Ajunwa would have done would be, what do I know how to do? I want to start a consultancy company. Okay, I'm a project manager and I'm certified. But what sectors have I implemented this project management? I'm trying to give case studies and
Yeah.
to give these examples as realistically as they can get. And he's like, okay, I I am a project manager. I've handled certain projects. Where have I handled these projects? In the education sector, in the real estate sector. Okay, let me start my company with offering consultations to educational businesses and real estate businesses. That way, she's knowledgeable. So that will now inform her decision to get the right people. So, what does she want? I want a finance controller, but has been in the real estate sector. I want a business manager, but has been in the education sector. I want an operations manager. For example, someone that is in the ed tech sector got an operations person. What is the operations person's portfolio? The person came from edtech. Even if you were in another role in edtech, come and do operations here. So it depends on the sector. And I feel like what people don't know how to do and is that they don't have the knowledge of these things and they don't know. So even before you get to a mentor, or you get to someone that you want to pay, make sure that YouTube is free. You understand? Go on you. ChatGPT helps you.
Yeah.
Let me be very real with you guys. I'm a marketing professional. I have over 7 years. And now I know that the industry is saturated. What am I doing? I went to ChatGPT, even though I've done a lot of research, and I told ChatGPT that get me courses that leverages on machine learning in marketing. I want to know the institutions that offer trainings in AI in marketing, machine learning in marketing. I just went there and it typed, gave me some options. What did I do? I took those options. I went on Google. I made more research. I went on YouTube, watched videos. So I'm not oblivious when I come across something. Yes, I don't know the in-depth knowledge, but I know how to navigate myself. I know what next to do, which I think is what a lot of people don't know. So, for example, now you come to meet me, Mr. Dami, I have this food business. I want to start this. And I'm a bad person. I tell you, okay, bring 1 million naira. We need to open your Instagram account. From the Instagram account, we'll do one thing with the ads account and show you that we need to do this and do that and do that. And I've just added a lot of things that um, one task that I perform or one action I take can even help you do all of that. So, but then you come and tell me, but Mr. Dami, I thought that, if I give you the login, you know, if I give you the login, you just have every other thing. That way, you have caught me unawares. And I'm like, okay, but so I think that the mistake a lot of people make is that they don't try to educate themselves, no matter how little, just to um, get that information so that when you are now ready, if you now know that you cannot do it so much, then just make sure that you have an idea of what it is so that you are not completely oblivious and continually learn how to do it. I think that's basically it. Because these things are relative. The different tools that different people use and they cannot use them. So
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Dami. We have had such an amazing session, and we are currently, pressed for time. But before you go, I quickly want to, reiterate the key takeaways from this session. Today, you have taken us through not just, we had the belief that we are coming to do digital tools from SMEs for SMEs, but you have taken us to more than digital tools. Now we know the 4 P's of business. You've taken us to the very foundation. You've taught us marketing, personal branding, and a whole lot of other things. Through this session today, me personally, I have learned that if you want to build a business on social media, if you want to use digital tools to promote your businesses, you must sell your market. Nobody's going to sell your market for you. Literally carry your market on your head.
you're
And do not forget the place of personal branding. While you might want to run a faceless channel or a faceless business, people still need to trust the integrity of the person behind that business, which is why you must not joke. Invest in personal branding. In personal branding. If you don't know how to use these platforms correctly, get experts. And like you said, get knowledge, no matter how small. We see that the reasons why businesses don't take advantage of digital tools like this is because I don't know, they have this mindset that this thing is huge, is not understandable. But if you take the time to get yourself knowledge, no matter how small, on a daily basis, you see that these things are very easy and that you can use them to um, grow your business and build your brand. Another thing Mr. Dami also talked about is your footprint, your personal footprint on social media. The reason, and it also connects with building a brand. The reason why some people might not patronize you forever is because of your footprint, the things that you've done on that same social media previously. So
exactly.
whether you are a business owner, you are a job seeker, you're an individual, you must be mindful of your digital footprint, what you put on there, how you react to, trending situations, comments that you make, you know, they go a long way in affecting your businesses and your personal brand in the long run. Charity has a lot to say concerning this subject. Continue, please.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Indeed, I do have a lot to say. Given that I am a social media person myself, I have seen, okay, when they say you came, you saw, and you conquered, is that not how they say it? Yeah, so I have experienced it firsthand, and I must say, everything Mr. Dami has said, everything that has been said on this webinar today is the basic truth. It's the basic truth. If you want to upscale your business, if you want to grow, if you want people to trust your brand, you need to put yourself out there, and you need to put the right image in front of people's faces. Don't allow people see you on ground and see that this is what you are doing, and you are doing it well. And then when they go online, because the market is basically online, truth be told, the market is online, everybody is moving to the digital space. So it's not when they go online and they are seeing a different brand entirely. And one last thing I would leave with us is that learn from your lessons. Like me, I have learned from my lesson. And Mr. Dami said that we can check how many times a person has changed his or her username on social media platforms. Do not fall victims. And as business owners, let's try and put out the right image for people to see. So for those of us that are buying and patronizing people, let's not fall victims. And business owners, please, let's try and put out the right perception for businesses, so people can trust us rather. Thank you so much, sir. This was indeed very, very interactive, engaging, enlightening. I thought I knew a lot about digital tools and
We don't.
marketing. I think I still have a long way to go, because I really did enjoy this session, and I did learn a lot. New things, I must be new things. Thank you so much, sir. I don't know if there's time to take questions from our audience, faithful. I don't know.
Okay. While we look through for questions, we can see Mr. Dami's social media handles scrolling right now on the screen. I'm sure that there's nobody that would have attended this session and did not like what they heard, and you would like to know more. Follow him across Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, particularly LinkedIn. That's where he does his daily motivation. Every day you will see what he does. And also follow Genius Hub across our social media handles. As is our practice here, daily would bring you webinar series cutting across different areas, from business development to personal growth to emotional growth, you name it, all around. So you can follow us across our social media handles while we, see if we have any questions. Basically, we don't have any questions, just praises to our guest speaker on this episode. So before we round up, Mr. Dami, do you have any parting words for our viewers? I can't hear anything. Okay.
Yeah, I can't hear
Sorry, I was muted. I didn't even.
Okay.
I was muted. I didn't know. First of all, sorry, I was just going through the comments, and thank you guys. I think that we have people that are taking. So yes, I think what I want to say is, it is one thing to soak in a lot of knowledge, hear what people say. It is another thing to do, right?
Yeah.
For those of us that are Christians, there's a part of the Bible that says we don't only want to be hearers, we also want to be doers, So it's one thing to be really moved by the session, and you have a lot of feedback or takeaways from here, but how well are you going to implement any of the things that you've learned today? How consistent do you want to be? How how driven do you want to be to make changes? So I think that should be your next, anyone that wants to improve, to be the next step of action. I'm still improving. You see, with the little that I know, Seth, I still want to go and learn machine learning and marketing to know how to stand out, right? And for some of us that are growing, the people that are coming up now are not even smiling. They will knock you off, the marketplace easily. Their brains are hot. So you also have to be on top of your toes to make sure that you're doing what you can. I will speak with Dr. Obehi to know how we can give a discount to some businesses that are looking to, improve their social media platforms. I'll let her handle that, so that
All right.
we know how to, almost free, but as long as they would make sure that they put in the work, I'm open to that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Dami. Like somebody on the comment said, she said, knowledge is power. However, knowledge that is put to use is much more better. So,
Beautiful.
taking for what Mr. Dami has said, a lot of knowledge has been passed on here today. But I mean, what validates the knowledge is how you are able to use it for your businesses or whatever you want to do. So we are grateful for your audience on today's webinar. Especially, we want to thank Mr. Dami for, honoring us with your presence on this webinar. We do not take your presence for granted. We are really, really grateful. And you can see how much our audience has enjoyed this session with you. We are very, very grateful for the insights and, the bullets that you've actually shared with us. A big thank you goes also to our audience for being with us for over the past hour. We have been seeing comments. People are frantically jotting down, points. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining in. And thank you to the team at Genius Hub. Beyond us on the screen now, there are a lot of people who make sure that, this webinar comes on every day of the week. Especially, we want to thank the CIO, Isimeme White. She couldn't join us today, but she sends her greetings. We also like to thank Obey Yokbawile, who would have anchored this session, but also she couldn't join us. Thank you so much. And to the rest of the team, we say a very big thank you. Until we come your way again tomorrow, stay blessed and, put knowledge to good use. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir.
Bye. Peace out.
Welcome to Genius Hub, the right destination for human capacity development, skills acquisition, and empowerment. Genius Hub is a human capital development organization with offices across Nigeria and Africa, and with a strong presence in Lagos, Kano, Edo, and Rwanda. With a vision to improve lives and empower knowledge, Genius Hub prides itself in providing services and training to over 17,000 persons in over 49 TVET entrepreneurship, employability, and digital skills such as basic literacy skills, graphics design, website development, digital marketing, filmmaking, and many more. Genius Hub is committed to promoting MSME growth and visibility through incubation, acceleration, startup development services, as well as tech-driven interventions, including training and capacity building in digital marketing, basic digital literacy, product photography, social media marketing, financial management, search engine optimization, and more. Through NYTV, Genius Hub reaches out to train aspiring creatives in the areas of photography, cinematography, editing, lighting, and many more.